Alright, today we're making some tomato gazpacho in our BlendWorks Industrial Pro blender. Here we have the BPA-free high capacity blender jar with special 6-blade, you can see underneath, stainless steel heavy duty. Cups and ounces markings on the side. So our first step is going to be to take 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. 1, 2. Let's consider that 2. We're going to take some garlic. Got a garlic press, brand new garlic press right here. Boom, boom. There we go. Let's get that. Let's get that garlic in there. Scoop that right off. Yep. So there's our garlic, and we're gonna want to add in about 3/4 of a cup of water. So, yep, 3/4 of a cup. There we are. So that's the first part of making the tomato gazpacho quickly and easily in our BlendWorks blender. All right, let's take our mixture over here, get it on the blender. I'm gonna pour that in there. Go back to our cutting board. Let's take half a cucumber, throw that in there. I'm gonna take about 1.5 cups of bell peppers here. A little juice, doesn't really matter. Because there, the bell peppers. 1.5 cups. I bet you this jar is about 1.5 cups. Yeah, sure. Okay. 1.5 cups of red peppers. Let's let this one splash up. And what we're going to want to do right now is blend this together until it's liquidy smooth. So, as always, I'm going to flip my BlendWorks Industrial Pro on. Should hear a beep. There it is. I think the way to get it smoothest is probably to liquefy. Let's see what happens. It's going pretty nicely. An interesting feature on the BlendWorks Industrial Pro is that if you leave it on liquefy for 6 minutes, it'll actually give you warm soup. Let's liquefy this a little bit more. It's still a little bit, there's still some chunks in there, but it is looking absolutely delicious. Okay, let's take a look at that. I mean, obviously this is happening with no effort even being put in at all by the blender. Looks unreal. Alright, we got the first half of our gazpacho done. This is the part with the cucumber. We're going to pour it into 2 separate serving bowls because we like to have it at each end of our table. That's just how we choose to serve it. You could always do it in one large bowl. Okay, let's keep it there because we still do need to add the fresh tomatoes. Yeah, we're going to empty it out completely into here. Okay, let's not forget about the silicone spatula from the BlendWorks set. Always makes it easy to get out all the remnants without having to reach into the jar. See, there's a lot of extra goods in there. Okay, let's do the tomato portion now real quick. Boom. Gonna put that in there. We've got here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tomatoes. We're gonna take half of these tomatoes. We're gonna puree them right now. Let's just stick them in the blender. I'm gonna stick them in the blender. Let's pulse and puree. See, that's exactly what the tamper is for. When you get the little chunks that aren't, you can see this tamper is specially designed. It's never going to hit the blade, even while it's in there. It just allows you to move around a little bit. Here's the tamper. And now let's see how that first batch of tomato came out. Oh, delicious. And now, we're actually just going to do the rest of the tomatoes. While I do this, I'm going to show you an interesting feature of the BlendWorks Industrial Pro. I'm going to take my olive oil here. So the top of this cap is actually a measuring cup. You can see right there, 1.5 ounces. I'm going to want to fill about 1.5 ounces with olive oil right there. And as I chop these, I'm going to want to pour in a little bit of olive oil. Close it off. Boom. That's all I need. How chunky. So we just finished making the gazpacho soup. I always like to throw in a couple of pieces of fresh cucumber, just diced up, right into my cool gazpacho soup. Let's take these over there. Cut it a little smaller. I mean, in under 5 minutes, we just made gazpacho soup with the BlendWorks Industrial Strength Blender. Here we go. Couple in this one, couple in this one. Next thing we're going to want to do is add a little bit of salt and pepper and whisk it to mix it around. It's going to give you a nice even mix. Throw in a sprinkle of salt. Wish I would have put more cucumbers in. I'm probably going to add some more later. Then let me take a pinch of pepper. Grab a spoon from the drawer. Let's take a bite. See how this is. Gazpacho. Where's that cucumber? Absolutely delicious.